We're at the Chico Reunion celebration. We're asking people to tell us their favorite stories about living in Chico.
Rob Black. I'm an import when I was 7 years old, something like that. And my wife's fifth generation. Chico was the park, down Bidwell Park. Right. And the old people around Chico.
Tell me your favorite memory.
Favorite memory was school. School is the old Chico High School. When we graduated, it was beautiful. But the new one's pretty rough with the new building and all that. And then Chico State, what they've done to that is, since it's become a university, has been kind of rough too.
Jim Smith. I was born and raised here. Born here in Enloe Hospital in 1946.
What's your favorite thing about Chico?
Just, I think it's the camaraderie and the friendship and it's still a hometown, so to speak. I still think of it as a small hometown, and just coming out and meeting all the people, chatting with them online has just been a hoot.
And what's your favorite memory?
Oh gosh, I have a lot of them, but a lot of it has to do with riding my bike as a kid and going to the 1 mile and the 5 mile, and then growing up and playing Little League baseball with these guys. It's just the way to describe Chico in the 50s, it was a sweet town. It was just a good-natured town. I think putting this event on will have an impact on the city and bring people together and kind of create some of that old Chico, bring back the old Chico flavor to Chico.
Madam Ruby.
How long have you been in Chico?
Long time. I've been doing this for 60 years. It used to be nice and small, now it's big, so.
Yeah.
But I like it anyways. I'm still happy.
Jim Smith, Janice Evans, and it started with the Chico Chariot.
Yeah. I posted. Do you remember putting cards in your spokes to make it sound like a motorcycle when you were a kid and riding around town? And it took on a life of its own. I can't logically explain what happened after that. Jan's better at that.
It grew from there. I said I was going to ride my three-wheeler to the new CVS pharmacy, and he said, I better watch out because real bikers might capture me and make me their old lady. And I said, who are you calling an old lady? So then it grew to I had to have tattoos.
Tats. The chariot.
Got my chariot.
Oh, and we got Born to Ride on the back. Janice really got into it. Chico Chariot. Pretty awesome. We got.
That's handcuffs.
Where'd those come from, Jeff? I wanted to bring that up. Come on.
My name is Stan Hankins. I was born here. My parents met at Chico High. I'm class of 1959. Left when I was 16, joined the Marine Corps.
And what do you love about Chico?
Everything. I went all the way from kindergarten at which is now Chico Unified School District. That was Linden School. And my great-grandma, who owned Humboldt Grocery, walked me to kindergarten. When she turned around and walked away, I broke down and cried like a baby. My grandma left me. I still cry all the time. I'm getting ready to bust loose right now. It's just a beautiful town to raise kids in. I've raised 6 boys here. All went through school. One's now a doctor. One's got his own electrical business.
Darrell Dieter was born here in 1933 at a little house on 7th and Woodland. Spent my whole life here. My great-great-uncle acquired land from General Bidwell, and his name was Wright. Later, my great-grandmother inherited part of the ranch from him, and it became the Patrick Ranch. So I don't know how familiar you are with the Patrick Ranch, but I'm a descendant of that family. So it's a great town. It's always has been a great town. It's got a lot of wonderful memories for me, anyhow. And I don't know. It's getting so big. It's not like it once was. I graduated from Chico High School in 1951. Chico State in 1960.
Tim Leifeld. I'm the maker from Chico.
What's your business?
A couple businesses, but this one in particular is called The Water Ripper and ripperball.com Sports. And this poster here is showing what we're doing with the Water Ripper, just one of the things. It's a pool toy, but we play a game called water golf out at Scotty's. We've set up a course, and if you want to come in for a Zoom, we basically have buoys set up with what I call noodle rings or noodle ring technology that create a golf, similar to a golf hole. So you're shooting at these targets that are set up. But we have a course set up at Scotty's. I built a house here back in the late 70s. So I'm kind of old school and left, came back, and live in Chico now.
I'm Bobby Van Meter.
Barbara Burns.
I'm Frosty. How you doing?
How long you guys been in Chico?
Too long.
About 15 years.
You said that, not me. Since 65.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to junior high and high school with a lot of people here.
What's your favorite memories of Chico?
Oh, where do I start? Probably joining this Facebook page. You know you're from Chico when, because I've met a lot of new friends here, and it's just been a really blast.
Oh, cool.
Really a blast.
Oh, cool. How about you?
You cannot go into Duffy's for a long time, maybe 10 years, and still know somebody when you walk in the door. Especially on Thursday nights. Friday nights with the Pub Scouts, yeah.
Yeah. How long you been in Chico?
Came up for graduate school like so many others and never left. Raised my kids here. I chose this town because it was like a one-story town caught in the Midwest in the 70s. Good place to raise the kids.
He's one of the members of the garage bands that got started in the mid-'60s and made his way to Southern California and got hooked up with some great and famous musicians, and he's made his way back here.
Ozzy Osbourne, among others. So.
Oh, and Lee Michaels. You ever heard?
Now that happens in Chico a lot too.
That does.
I'm Gloria Veit.
And what's your favorite thing about Chico?
I'd have to say the Bidwell Mansion. It's beautiful. You need to go, everybody needs to go inside and see it. Everybody needs to just come down and look at the Bidwell Mansion. Keep it open. This is why we're here today, is to support everybody in Chico and to everybody to work together to keep the Bidwell Mansion open.
My name is Daniel Govin. I'm here representing homegrown designs for Chico.
Okay, and how long have you been in Chico?
My whole life. I'm homegrown. Well, it's a unique city. Everyone's really friendly, and it's really easygoing, and there's lots to do here, really.
Becky Duncan. I lived in Chico from 1955 to 1974.
Okay. What was your favorite memory when you were a kid?
Probably just the freedom and abandon of being a kid here. Riding a bike. I'm going to cry. Riding a bike in Bidwell Park and just feeling totally safe in the world. Welcome here, and you always feel like you're at home here.
Tom Tinnell. I'm from Chico. I grew up in Chico on Citrus Avenue in Chico, went to Citrus Elementary, Chico Junior, graduated from Chico High in 1968, then went into service like a lot of my guys did. Came down because I have friends in the band, and some of the bands are from 68 in that area.
My name is Cheryl. And things I love about Chico is it's real family oriented, and there's lots of free things to do. It's fun, and lots of trees.
Hi, I'm Michelle McCormick, and I'm a Chico resident. And I love Chico because of the friendly community, dog-friendly, outdoor recreation, and the great food in restaurants. It's probably one of the friendliest communities that I've ever been in.
Some people call me Ed the Dread, and the one thing about Chico I think is like the funniest, interesting thing was one time I was at the campus library, and there's this like 1930 gigantic dictionary. And I look up Chico, and it's got 22 definitions for Chico. And number 17 was a beer made by the local Indians from corn. And I think that's what Chico is really named after.
My name's Michael. I'm the Catch It Quick juggler. I should say Michael Taylor. I'm from Yuba City. I moved up here in '72 for college. and moved away for a little while in my 20s and came back to college and started juggling full time. Used to juggle here in the downtown park every Friday right after the concert in the park, and juggled at all sorts of other events. And I was gone for about 16 years over in Colorado, and then I came back here to the center of the universe about a year ago, and I just love it here. It's friendly, it's so easy to live here, and I just love the people.
Hey, Charles Silva, I'm from Chico. One thing I love about Chico is the people. Obviously, I've lived in Southern Cal, moved out of Chico, moved back and forth a couple times, and I wound myself back up, having to come back up to Chico. People don't understand what they miss out when they move out of Chico.
Okay, hi, my name's Joyce Forberg, maiden name of Shreve, and I love Chico. It's my hometown. I was born here, I hate to say it, 72 years ago, and it has changed a lot, but it's still a wonderful place. Even though it's grown, I think it still has a wonderful small town atmosphere. There's a lot to do in Chico. There's lots of entertainment and things like the event we're at today. It's got a small town feel to it.
You're Flo, and you just received the Chico Icon recognition, and we want to ask you what you loved about Chico all these years.
I loved everything about Chico. Everything is just great.
What would you tell someone about Chico who didn't know about it?
Oh, I don't know. I tell them to come down and look it up for themselves and see how nice it is. Yeah. I've seen a lot of improvements in Chico since I've been here.
My name is Colleen, and I moved here in 1952. And at the same time, this lady Karen and I started Chico High. And you know you're from Chico if you know where the Vecino Theater is. Or Harry's Pitcher Beer. Because my dad always said, I go there for the popcorn.
I'm Tom. I was here back in 1968, and I was at school, actually, at Humboldt State at the time, and when I drove into Chico at 10 o'clock at night in my open Jeep, I was just so pleased that it was warm enough that I was wearing a t-shirt and the top was down, and it was beautiful, bright night, and there was partying going on all over the place. And I said, well, this looks like a place to go to school for sure. There's a watering hole in Chico, the Oasis, which became a frequent place of my habitation. Lots of good friends down there, playing pool, drinking beer, and listening to music. It's still a real nice place. So if you come to Chico, stop in at the Oasis and say hi. They have the greatest greasy hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and they're just great.
Okay, hi. My name's Cherie Johnson, and I live in Chico. And why I love Chico is exactly what's going on down here today. It's the sense of community and the artisans and the music, and it's just a cultural little, golden egg in the middle of the North State. And it can only happen in a town this size and away from the beaten path and quality of life.